Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are doing a eBay kitchen haul. So I have tried some of them since shipping does take a while. It takes about 2 to 4 weeks on average for me. So because I have to wait so long for everything, I have tried some of the things out already. And so I can let you know how they are. There's a few things that I will be trying with you during this video and we'll see how we go. So firstly, I got this fondant. How do you say fondant in English? Fondant? Fondant rolling brush. And so this fondant rolling brush is, oh my god, I can't say that word in English. This brush, rolling pin, kind of brushes over the icing that you normally roll out, and so you can do the pattern on it. I've used it. It's pretty good. It is plasticky, and it can, and it did break in half. So it's not the greatest, but it did do what it needed to do. It did make the pattern on the icing. So overall, if you just want a cheap thing to make the pattern on your icing, it does work. I got this apple core. So you basically just take this apple-shaped cutter and push it down on an apple like that. I don't have an apple though to test this, so I can't show you how this works, but I am pretty excited to see. So I will let you know if I come across an apple before I post this video. These are silicone cupcake holders. I have used them. They're fantastic. So I just got red and green colors mostly. It's good in terms of instead of spraying the cupcake tin or using paper liners, you can put them in here, and then I just wash them individually because the thing does stick to these a little bit. I also tried chucking them in the dishwasher, which I'm not sure if you're supposed to do, and that also worked. So I'm pretty pleased with these. It's pretty handy just because we make muffins or cupcakes quite often, and I often run out of cupcake liners, or don't want to waste cupcake liners if they're really nice ones that I don't want to use. And so it was a good solution for that. This I am very excited to test out. So this is a, well, none of that is in English, but it's a resealer. So for example, let me find something to open. Whoops. Okay. Before I rip the bag completely in half, look, I don't know if you can see that line. No, you can't. But there's a line where it literally reseals the bag. That's pretty cool. So I think a win. I'm pretty sure it's because this eBay packaging is so flimsy that it just ripped completely in half. But otherwise, that's pretty cool. All right, then I got some of these clips to close bags. They're like the ones that you get from IKEA, so I use them all the time, so I just got a bunch of those. So the next thing that I got is 3 separate I guess cookie cutter type stuff. So I got normal shapes that you'd use for cookies, or some people use these to put eggs in and make like flower shaped eggs and stuff like that. But I also got these itsy bitsy little bears like that. In Canada we have Teddy Grahams. I don't know that they have them in Australia. Actually, they do have them in Australia, but they're not called Teddy Grahams. They're called Teddy Bear Snacks or something. I don't know. But they have little bears, and I found this recipe to make the little Teddy Grahams. And so I tried it out with this little cutter thing, and it was fantastic. So if I can find the picture, because I did take a picture of my Teddy Graham creation, I'll put it up there. The recipe's super simple. It is time consuming to, you know, cut your bears one by one, but the Teddy Grahams here are like really expensive. They're like $5 for a couple snap packs or something. So I thought I'd just make my own, and it was definitely a win. So if you want to make your own Teddy Grahams, or you know, need to make them gluten-free or something like that, definitely recommend getting these little cutters for that. I also picked up a bunch of Russian piping sets for my icing, as well as these silicone molds for icing. So just eBay's handy for that kind of thing if you just need all those bits and bobs, but it's, you know, $5, $10 or whatever in the store. Often you can find these for like $1 on eBay, and I think all of these were around the $1 mark. So those are very handy. So I have my little collection of all the cookie cutters and piping nozzles and things like that. Then I got this little gadget only because my husband told me that he can never figure out how much spaghetti to put into the pot, and somehow always either makes way too little and it barely feeds one, or like uses most of the packet, and we end up having globs and globs of spaghetti. And so he asked me how I always, you know, eyeball it and know how much to get. So I got this little gadget thingy that tells you. So you can see on there it says 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it changes depending on how much you need. So that one is for 3 people. That one is for 2 people. No, wait, that one's for 1 person. So it just shows you how much to put in there, so you know how much you might need. So that was pretty cool. We used it and definitely solved the problem that we were having. So recommend that little gadget. This I got, and I don't remember what it is. So it's some sort of gadget to cut something, but I literally can't remember. So if I can find the ad, I will try and look that up and see what that was supposed to be for, but literally no idea. These are pierogi makers, and apparently very few people in Australia know what that is, but they're kind of like little dumplings. They're Ukrainian or Polish, often cheese, potato-y type dumpling things, and they are normally in this shape. And so I just got little pierogi molds, so I could easily close my pierogies and make them into the right shape. They work great, no complaints here. So they came, I think, in a pack of like 6 or 10, so I can make a bunch at once, so quite handy. These are just little toothpicks with the little plasticky bit at the end. I use these for decoration in my fake cupcake hamburgers. So if I can find a picture of anyone's cupcake hamburgers or my own, I'll put the picture on the screen here. And basically I just use these to stick into the top of the cupcake, and it just looks like it's a toothpick holding in a hamburger, but they're hamburger cupcakes. So they're quite popular. I make them for kids' parties a lot because they're just a huge hit and very, very easy to make. I also get my piping bags from eBay, just because these ones are quite thick and very good. I often find that the ones in store are quite expensive, and so I just get these in bulk on eBay. So I think those are quite handy to have. And I also bought this gadget, and it's to make the layers on cakes. So I'll show you what I mean. This is very well packaged. Okay, So it looks like this. So as you can kind of see, there are these little cutter wire things, and it's meant to be that you take your cake and you push these to wherever you want your layers to be, and then you drag this thing through it, and it should cut the cake so you have those layers. So it feels pretty flimsy. I'm not entirely sure how good this is, but if I make a cake this weekend, which hopefully I will, I'll attempt to see if it cuts through, because that'd be quite handy if it does. I just genuinely can't tell based on how wiggly this thing is at the moment, but we'll see if this can cut through a cake and make the layers. If it can, that's pretty cool, and so that's what I got this for, apparently. And last but not least, I'm very excited to try out this weird gadget. The whole thing here is covered in fizzy drink, so don't recommend that. It was a fun toy. I don't think it works that well. Like in theory, it's meant to be a good idea in the sense that if you're trying to avoid spills and it's screwed on properly, it would actually, in theory, work. But I don't know what happened there. So I'm gonna put that in the fail pile. So I don't think I'll be using that. And now I'm going to clean up this mess. Well, there are no instructions, but read the ad, because I went back to the ad and it was like, beware, put on the seal and put in the little stopper thing so that all the carbonated water doesn't try and get all explodey. So it definitely is super cute. I like this gadget, and so I will definitely be keeping this. Okay, I will see you guys soon. Until the next eBay haul, bye!